Jeff and Jeremy. It's like a radiogasm.
I said, hey, babe, check it out on the podcast.
Apple Podcast, Google Podcast,
And Spotify.
all this is going viral.
It's commonsensical. In other words, it makes sense.
Yes, it does. Happy Friday. Good morning. Talked to my mom on the phone yesterday afternoon. She didn't even tell me my parents got the vaccine. I'm like, hey, are you going to get the vaccine? I mean, you guys are like almost 70. You're like 67.
Like, yes, been there,
She's like-
done that, bought the T-shirt.
What'd you say?
Been there, done that, bought the T-shirt.
Speak English. I can't understand you.
That is English. That's
the King's English.
no, that's the Office UK version.
Oh, you know what? I quit. I tried to watch the first episode. It was so hard to understand them. I just said I'll come back to this.
That's
and I never
the David
have.
Brent equivalent of. She said that. He says it all the time.
Oh, I love that.
That's what she said. I mean,
anyways, and so I guess my stepdad has taken the second shot really hard. Like he's in bed all day. She said, I go, well, what's hurting? He said he hurts everywhere. His hair hurts. She goes, I don't feel that.
hair hurts. How does your hair hurt?
I don't know. I guess he's just not doing
Like
well
what?
with
The
it.
follicles of the hair?
Yeah, I've heard the second shot can do a number on you, and he doesn't take great care of himself. So his immune system may not be, my mom, she said, yeah, I had a little headache and a sore throat, but I went out on a walk today with my friend and took the dogs on a walk, and I'm doing really good. And I go, yeah, see, that pays off because you take good care of yourself. So anyways, I'm trying to take better care of myself. I got to get ready for this thing. What were you saying before we started the show about vitamin D?
Yeah, Matt. Let's call Matt and see. I want to see how he's doing, actually.
Oh, our buddy Matt Cross, Entertainer of the Year, 4 years running. Will he get it again? I think we're going to find out soon. I think the New Times is out again. But, I mean, in a pandemic, who else are you going to give it to, right? You just give it to the guy you gave it to the last 2 years.
There's hatchet throwing at his bar now?
Is there really? I know he was playing at Liquid Gravity last night. But he won't answer.
Oh, well, he was?
Yeah.
You know for a fact that he played? Because he got the thing.
What thing?
The second shot.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like ramping up. And and that was on
Hello?
Tuesday.
Hey.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling fine.
Did you feel fine immediately after getting the second shot?
I feel okay.
So let me
I got
tell
a
you
little
this.
tired.
Let me tell you this. Well, let's talk about this because my stepdad, who doesn't take very good care of himself, has not left the bed in 2 days. He says he hurts all over. His hair hurts, and I said, "Well,
After
that's because
his
you
second
don't.
vaccine?
His immune system probably isn't as strong as Matt Cross's."
Did your hair hurt?
I also get the flu shot every year, so I think my body's used to vaccines.
Yeah, so does he. I think I get the flu shot.
Oh, he does?
This is good. I haven't got the vaccine yet. I don't know how you got it so fast, but apparently you're connected because
Matt Cross.
you're a social, right?
They
Social,
said,
whatever you are.
okay, we need to
Right?
make sure that the best entertainers.
Yes. Oh,
get
Entertainer of the
vaccinated.
Year, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Son of a
they
bitch.
went to their roles.
What
and
about
they,
DJs? Come on,
They look
man.
at regional publications that award entertainers, and then they're like, "Oh,
You know what? I
that guy
should have
needs to
got
get-"
it first because, Matt, when everybody was sent home, like Jeff, working from home, in their underwear, hanging out with their kids,
That was a good-
eating
that was a good
French
3.5
toast.
weeks.
I was the one they sent in here. I was the one they sent into the, to the war. And
belly
I
of
had
the
to come
beast.
to the radio station and run things so everybody else could stay home. It was me and a couple of other guys. Nobody's offering
You
us
should have had
anything.
it.
I know.
You deserve it.
I'm a first responder, according to the Homeland Security. I'm not kidding. I got a letter. I framed it.
You're an asset to our community that needs to be protected.
All right. Jokes aside, you feel pretty good, huh?
Who said? Why do I got to be joking? I could just be a nice guy sometimes.
But you do feel pretty good?
Yeah, no, I was a little bit run down. I don't know if it was mental. Like I expect to be down for like a day or two, so I don't know if it was a little bit mental. But I was a little bit tired. Went to bed early the day I got it, and then the next day was a little bit tired, but nothing, no fever, no cough, no aches, pains, and then 100% today.
What are you, 45? 46?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Sure.
my stepdad is 67, and like I said, he's not in the best health. He's not like he's bad. He just doesn't, he smoked his whole life. He still does the vape pen. Thank God we finally got him. He was the one that would inhale cigar smoke, which I don't know how he did. He did that once for years. I know. Iron lung, dude. So that's probably why he feels like crap. And he got the second shot.
I would say that's it.
And he has been in bed. My mom, on the other hand, who's never smoked, and takes good care of herself, watches her weight and all that stuff. She had like a sore throat and a headache, and she was fine. Yeah. Okay, good. I see. It's good to know if you
Which
take.
one did they get?
Moderna.
Okay, so I got Pfizer.
Oh,
That
you
could be-
did?
that could be-
Oh, that could be the difference. Yeah, she has some allergic issues with allergies. She has some allergy issues with metals and other minerals and things. So it was probably not a good idea to get the Pfizer, because I know some people were having some allergy issues with it. So she went Moderna. Or I don't even think you get to choose, right? It's not like you walked in and they're
I don't think so. I think it's like, what would you like? whatever they give you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not like when they ask you what flavor of tooth polish you want when you go to the dentist.
No.
Which I always think is kind of a weird question.
What do you get, by the way?
To be asking a 45-year-old man, do you want bubble gum or cotton candy? I like,
You always go with mint because everything else just tastes like butt.
Yes.
No, the grape is
absolutely
good.
good.
The grape is good. I've had the grape.
I go cinnamon.
Oh, weird.
Oh, okay. I can see cinnamon.
Because I figure the actual granules of cinnamon are kind of close in texture to the tooth polish that they put on there, and I was like, just give me the cinnamon.
Okay.
It's very boring of a
All I
choice.
know is don't go root beer. That's my only advice. Never go root beer.
Why? Because it tastes like black licorice. Like
It just tastes no. It's just like no toothpaste is ever going to taste like it's just bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
no, I got you. Yeah, I'm not going to go the root beer.
So
I can't
I
believe
go mint.
that's not even an option at my guys.
So here we are. It's Friday morning. We're talking to Matt Cross. I saw you played Liquid Gravity last night. Isn't it great that you can get a slice of Benny's and a good beer?
It is.
I mean, and this is the Secret Pizza Society, Jeff, who he still has not tried a Benny's pizza.
Have you tried to get Benny?
You haven't?
No, I haven't. Have you gotten Benny to come over to your place yet? I mean, what's the deal?
No. This is kind of his one thing he's doing out of his regular shop. So he usually saves me. If I play Freebird, he usually saves me a piece for when I'm done.
Well, him and Brendan are like childhood friends. Like they grew up together.
Yeah, that's why.
They've seen each other naked type stuff. So that's why he probably
He literally
picks there.
just wrote Freebird on a pizza box and stood in front of me until I played it.
Yeah. He's such a weirdo.
He does not stop.
But man, he makes great
he
pies.
requests it on Facebook. He puts on everything. Hey, I'm doing pizzas, and Matt's going to play Freebird as many times as I get him to play it.
So what are you doing this weekend? Tell us about the axe throwing. What's going on with that?
Was that last night while you were playing music somewhere else?
I am competing with my own bar for entertainment.
Yeah.
Axe throwing at my bar, playing at Liquid Gravity. But axe throwing has been great. It's been that was our third time. It's been picking up every time. It's like $10 for 10 throws, and no one's been injured yet, so we haven't had to use our liability insurance. So it's been going great.
Is that
Do you have
why,
to breathalyze people?
Is that why you book gigs on Thursday night? You don't want to be there.
I thought it was stupid until I realized that people are throwing axe and drinking beer. And then I realized, or drinking beer and then throwing axe, that maybe
Sorry, Bill. I got a gig tonight.
I'm a little,
You're on your own on
I'm
this
not
one.
good with blood, people. I got to go play another brewery. No,
Luckily, not drinking too much hasn't been an issue so far. I think most people at our place, since we don't have hard alcohol, people aren't getting like hammered usually.
Yes.
It's a few beers after work, and let's go throw some axes.
Oh, I'm just kidding. I know you got to be careful because I can't believe
right?
I cannot believe the Liquor Control Board and all this other they let you do this. This is really cool. No other bar that I've ever heard of has axe throwing. So you can go there on Thursdays and you can get a pint and you can throw axes.
I think the way we get around it is the Slow Axe Company is a separate business, and they park in front of it. So I'm like, hey, it's not my bar that has it. He just has it in a business that happens to be able to pull up right in front of mine. And so
$10
separate entities.
$10 for 10 throws sounds like a great deal to me. Do you win a prize or is it just pride?
So when you do the first one, they'll give you a lesson. Matt's goal is to get people to learn how to stick it and actually throw it. And then as people come back around again, then they'll start doing. He has different games you can play, compete against each other. He's actually working on to starting a league. He wants to get an axe throwing league down, which I'm totally down for.
Is it take some muscle to move an axe? I mean,
No, it's not. I mean, I say it's as much or less than darts. It's because you don't really have to throw hard because the axe has got weight to it.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to throw it. But it's not like a strength thing.
It's more of a leverage.
Jeff and I were in a dart league, by the way.
Circulation.
Jeff and I were in a dart league for a number of years, and let me tell you the difference between axes and darts. The darts had plastic tips.
Yeah, there could be a little bit more injury.
What a bunch of Nancy's throwing plastic tips.
We throw axes.
Damn it. Real men throw axes. Right on, dude.
Buttercups
I know.
All right. Well, stop by the Broad Street Public House this weekend. You guys are open every day, right?
Every day, 4 to 9.
All right. And I'm glad you're feeling good. It gives me hope when I get mine, hopefully here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, because lately I feel like all the stories I've been hearing about it, it's like, oh yeah, I was knocked out for 3 days, and I was like, so now I'm because I still haven't decided whether or not I'm going to get it. So now I'm sourcing information from as many sources as I can get to, because I don't want to be sick for 3 days.
Now I get you.
The other thing I took. Everyone said to double up some vitamin D the day before you get it and the day after you get it, and I did that.
I'll do it all week.
I've heard that has worked for a lot of people. Yeah. Well, I've been doing vitamin D every day just to supplement, but I doubled it for the days before and after, and I think that helped.
That's D as in dog.
Yes.
Okay. Right on. Have a nice weekend.
Thanks, guys.
All right, there goes Matt Cross, Entertainer of the Year, axe throwing at the Broad Street Public House on Thursday. I have to see this. I just want to see what happens. I mean,
yeah, I'm going to treat axe throwing like I'm treating the vaccine. I'm going to wait and see how everybody else does with it.
Whoa! Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Jeff and Jeremy online, KZOZ.com. Again, China Peak, a couple of day passes coming up just after 8 o'clock this morning. We're online, KZOZ.com. That's where you can find the SurfNet Communications poll question.
Would you cut off the tip of your middle finger? Now, you don't have to do the cutting. You can have somebody else do the cutting for $50,000. Now, this is just the tip.
How many people do you think would do this?
It led to a very spirited discussion after the show yesterday, which we should have recorded that and put it on as a podcast because it was highly entertaining with Seth. Seth is like anti-self-mutilation. We are apparently pro-self-mutilation for a price.
It's just one tip of one finger.
I know a lot of people that have accidentally cut off the tip of their finger. We had Matt on just a minute ago. He did it on accident because he was working on a COVID project, and
it was just really. I mean, that was.
But it's that elongated cut across the surface that is really gnarly.
We're talking like right behind where the fingernail starts, right?
I'm talking about the first segment.
We'd have to, where the knuckle is, the first knuckle. So we're going to cut it off there.
Like if you're caught stealing from the mob, but it's not that much, then they'll cut that.
Yeah.
That part of your finger.
I mean, I'm sure I need that more than I think I do, but it's not like I would say your thumb and your pointer finger are the two that you really need to make sure those are intact. The next one over, or the ring finger?
Keep in mind, I don't know if you've ever injured your fingers at all, but you do get nagging pains. Like I remember one year I was cutting off
nerve pain,
the base of the Christmas tree. The people that we bought it from, they didn't do a very good job trimming the bottom of it. So I was working on some stuff, and I wasn't wearing gloves, and I caught my my thumb, and I still have a scar. You can see the scar, but every once in a while, if I overexert it, then I can feel it in my thumb, like I feel that little nagging, shooting pain. So I'm guessing that you would have that from cutting off the tip of your middle finger every once in a while. Is that worth $50,000? Now, we talked with that lady, unrelated incident, yesterday towards the end of the show. You can catch the podcast, subscribe to Jeff and Jeremy in the morning, wherever you get your podcasts. If you want a full refresher, but she said that a pit bull drug her across the road, and she had shoulder damage, and she ended up getting $50,000, but she still has pain from it. But she ended up buying a new truck with it as a way for therapy. It's
that's a good way to put it. She feels better driving a new truck.
I guess so. But to have that pain all the time, that's something you do have to factor into your decision, because you would have some pain, some nerve pain from cutting off the tip of your middle finger. Does that change your mind at all?
No, not. I mean, I have a lot of pain anyways. You get older, you get pains. It's not like it's going to be there all the time. It's going to come and go. I mean, I'm saying, yeah, I'd probably do it, but I mean, the knife's not here right now. You know?
I know.
And I'm not putting my hand on $50,000. What am I going to do with that $50,000? I mean, sure, I still have some student loans I could, pay all the way off.
Down payment on a
and
house.
then have some extra money. I could throw it towards, the money we're saving for a house.
You'd be able to make that down payment today if you cut off the tip of your middle finger.
Yeah.
That 20% down payment, the one that's you're so afraid of that mortgage insurance.
Well, it all depends on the house I want. Not maybe, I don't know. It's tough here. I mean,
well, you could.
What's 20%
You
of
could go to Indiana, buy a house for
$700,000
outright? Probably. You could go to Indiana and just buy a house.
$140 something thousand. So isn't that what the average going price now is? About $700,000.
Yeah, it's creeping. Yeah,
it's up and down from there, but.
No, it's up. It's not coming down.
So it's $140,000. Yeah, that wouldn't. I don't have $90,000 in the bank right now.
Well, you could, but I mean, it would get you a lot closer, and that mortgage insurance payment would be a lot less.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean,
I don't know. I don't know.
You would be able to enter.
I'd
the
have
game.
to see the $50,000. I'd have to have my hand right here and go. All right, put your finger out. All right, here you go. If I had the house maybe that I wanted to buy, and all I needed to do was cut the tip of my finger off to make it happen.
Be the house like it's going to jump off the market in the next couple of days because somebody's going to buy it. Take my middle finger now.
Yeah. Let us know.
I would have done that for the house.
I'm sure people out there have lost, work construction or work whatever you do. Maybe it was an accident that have lived without maybe a part of their finger. I would love to hear from you. Is it like terrible? Is your life just fine without that piece?
Could you imagine having that discussion with your mortgage lender or your real estate agent, which they're trying to get you to buy the house because they make money if you buy the house. So if you get to a situation in which you're close to buying the house, but you just can't scrap together enough money, they say things like, well, is there anybody in your family that you can lean on? Is there any? They say things like that. Could you imagine those words coming out of a realtor's or a mortgage lender's mouth is like, well, how much do you like your middle finger?
What if it's hard to take it a step further, but you don't need two kidneys, right? What if you were?
Oh God!
What if you?
I don't know.
Would you rather lose the tip of your middle finger or one of your kidneys? Now, granted, if your other kidney goes bad, you're screwed.
I'd rather lose the tip of my finger. I think the internal works of your body are more important. Here's your option.
Yes, I agree. I'm not going to die without the tip of my finger.
Exactly. Here's your options. It's just the tip. Nope, you all are sick, or maybe after the stimulus money stops coming from the government. You can let us know by logging on to kzoz.com.
Wake up.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
It's Dumbass of the Day, brought to you by Peterson's U-Cart. They're in A-Town. They've got everything you need for any kind of landscape project you need, from bark to rock. Jeff was going to go there and buy boulders, he was telling me yesterday.
Boulders, yeah. My wife's like, we need some that are bigger than the ones that we have, as I'm like hauling them across the yard, breaking my back.
What else do they do?
Anything that you need to make your yard look better. Right now, they've got a deal, 10% off walk on bark now. No, it's not. It's not like it's
not a nursery.
Not a nursery.
I haven't been there yet.
It's landscape supply. What you need to do is you need to go there. Check out and concrete. They do a lot of concrete. Like
they do pavers.
If you're gonna, yeah, they'll do pavers. Yeah, they have pavers, or you can make your own pavers with the concrete that you get from them. It's a pretty slick deal. They allow you to use the cart for free as long as you return it that day. And you go offload your ready mix concrete, get everything taken care of real quick, and then take the cart back, and then they're not going to charge you for it. I mean, that's worth its weight in gold, or concrete, I guess. When it comes to being able to save a little bit on a project, and right now, like I said, 10% off of walk on bark until the end of April. So springtime, get your yard game in check.
All right, Gusta Road, A-Town. You can also look them up online. Just type in Peterson, the letter U, cart.com.
How pathetic can some people be?
I was drinking. Everybody drinking alcohol tonight? Yeah? I was drinking scotch earlier. I drink until I pass out. I don't know how many people do that. When I was in, just that one sad girl. It's like, yeah. I drink until I pass out. In college, every time I drank, I would pass out. Like every single, it's like my thing, you know? It got to the point where even before I went out, I'd go ahead and draw a on my face. Because it was going to happen eventually. Some of you didn't laugh at that joke. That's because you can trust your friends. Some of you did laugh at that joke. That's because when you're passed out, your friends think it's hilarious to draw a penis on your face. Some of you laughed really hard at that joke. You're the people that draw on people's faces. So if you're sitting next to somebody who laughed really hard, you may want to ease off your Long Island iced tea before they go Michelangelo on your ass.
Dumbass of the day. 93.3 KZOZ.
Oh, man. I never would do that. Never would. I remember somebody tried to write on my face once. I'm just glad that I didn't pass. That had to happen to you. When you used to pass out, you would be just, like in a coma. Anybody
It's
ever?
funny,
I remember throwing a phone at your head once.
Yeah.
Hitting you in the head, a cordless phone. Cordless phones were heavy. And yeah, you went, but then you didn't move. I was like, all right, he's alive.
I had a Volkswagen van once, and to save money on lodging up at Whistler, a lot of my friends went out on hotel rooms and stuff like that. I was like, I got a camper van, man. I mean, why would I get a hotel room?
Because it was 15 degrees outside?
Me and two of my other friends that were cheapskates, we decided to tough it out. It was nice because it was when the parking lot was at the base of the gondola, and if you got there at the right time for the weekend, which we left, I think, on a Thursday, so you could get a spot, and it was before they were charging for parking and all that stuff, the good old days, as I like to call it. And we parked right there at the bottom of the gondola. I mean, there was not a hotel room closer. And popped the top on that Volkswagen van and hung out in that Volkswagen van all weekend. We came back from the Longhorn Saloon one night, and we were listening to music. It's cold. We're bundled up, wearing every piece of clothing that we have, and we're listening to music in the Volkswagen van. And as we're listening to music, I fall asleep on the horn of the Volkswagen van. And have you ever heard the horn of a Volkswagen van? It's not that loud.
It's like a me.
Yeah, it's
it's one of those meats. Yeah.
And
probably drain your battery.
And a peace officer or a Mountie comes up and knocks on my window and says, "Sir, are you okay, sir? Sir, are you okay?" And my friends, I don't remember this because I was in a state of intoxication. But my friends tell me it was the funniest thing they ever saw because I got up from the horn for a second and I looked at the guy and I said, "Yeah, I'm fine. I just must have fell asleep." And he's like, "Okay, well, have a good night." And then I went back and I fell back asleep on the horn.
I just remember being so annoyed with you so many times when you were passed out and I couldn't get you to move or do something.
Yeah, I pass out, man. I pass out hardcore.
But, if you're going to sleep outside in a van that has zero insulation practically, except for some sheet metal.
You have to pass out.
You
That's
have
the
to
only
get
way
there.
you're going to sleep.
You have a lot in common with a man from Indiana.
Don't say that because I know what this guy did. This guy's a jerk.
Well, he is a jerk. But, you both passed out in the car from drinking. And but that's where your story stops and his just begins. Apparently, he had a couple of kids in a motel room. Is it responsible to go out and drink in the car and not in front of the kids?
No.
Some people may think it's responsible. Problem is, he left the kids in a room with a firearm and then went in the car and blacked out. The cops were called. I believe this is some of the camera footage from their body cams.
Wake up!
Jeff, wake up!
Hey! Wake up! Wake up!
A lot louder than the Volkswagen.
You alright?
A lot louder than the Volkswagen van horn.
I'm sorry. I must have just fallen asleep on the horn.
The horns were they sound like a toy horn. It's like me.
Wake up!
What's that? Yeah, so he was taken to jail.
Yeah, you
gun.
can't leave your kids in the hotel room with the guns.
Yeah, he had a gun. I mean, come on, it's so bad, right? I just, I've learned that to not judge people because you don't know what's going on in their world.
Safe to say he didn't take that gun.
Made a lot of bad decisions, and that's why we're going to make him Jeff and Jeremy's.